Hey guys, this is the one and only Sonic Ranger back with another video review of epic proportions, and today it's more Transformers Titan Return goodies. So here we are with the first deluxe class figure of the reviewing station, which is none other than the Autobot himself, the Speed Demon Blurr, and Hyperfire, which is the Titan Master. So before we take a look at the action figure at hand, let's go ahead and put him aside for a moment and take a look at the packaging, because that's how I roll on this channel. It's a nice packaging for the deluxe class figures, though it kind of feels like the quality's dropped a little bit on the cardboard. It's actually very flimsy. Not usual. But anyway, that said, the promotional art going on here on the front is obviously the same thing that's been going on with the Voyager class figures that I reviewed, which was Galvatron and Sentinel Prime. We've got Blurr's head being decapitated. And that's how I'm going to say it from now on. Anyway, a nice picture of the toy here. Hyperfire and Blurr. Titans Return, ages 8 and up, Transformers logo right there, the Misaligned Generations logo right there at the top right corner, onto the back. And for the bio of Blurr, the Autobots unite with Titan Master partners to power up for battle. Hyperfire boosts the speed of Blurr even further. Some bots say even fast enough to outrun Blaster Fire. So okay. Promoted figures on the back is Nightbeat, which is the Titan Master, Hardhead Deluxe class, Sentinel Prime Voyager class, which I just got done reviewing previously, and the Leader class figure Autobot Blaster, which I still cannot find to this date. So that's going to do it for that. And here's Blurr, which looks pretty good, but before we do that, let's do a quick side-by-side comparisons with a figure from the Titans Return series. So here's Legends class Willie again. As you can see, compared to these two, it's not bad in scale. Vehicle modes look pretty sweet, pretty reminiscent of their G1 counterparts, that being the cartoon or even the animated movie, which, you know, they got it. They nailed Blurr. This looks good. Having said that though, it's a little too blue for my taste. I mean, my favorite color is blue, but this is like blue. Like blue. Physically blue. Everything is blue. There's a little hint of red there, but that's it. I mean, everything else is blue. It's Blaster Silver, but then again, it's painted over what is blue. Blue, yeah. I can't say any more about that. Anyway, the contents outside of a blaster that he comes with, let's take a look at it. It is his trading card, which is Blurr, with his head being decapitated off of his body. And on the back is his tech specs with Hyperfire for added firepower, apparently. So there you go. There you have that. And then, of course, his instruction manual, which is not as thick as a Voyager class figure, which makes sense since these are not triple changer figures. So, yeah. Anyway, we don't need any of that. This is pretty simplistic. So what does this mode do? Well, aside from being able to attach his gun at the bottom here, which I failed to do apparently, but there we go. So yeah, there's that. He can roll. That's nice. I mean, this is some actual wheels here. This works. This is not hindered in any way, like pegs on the bottom, or even some panels that could get in the way. No, these wheels here, they're good. They work perfectly. There's no friction whatsoever. These are rolling, like physically rolling. Anyway, the gun can also be stored here on the sides here by these holes, though it is kind of difficult to get them in there, but you can. There's one on this side as well, so you can do that. Okay, opening up the cockpit here, let's pull out the little Titan Master dude. So here is Hyperfire, and he is the tightest Titan Master figure that I've got out of all my figures so far from what I've handled. He is everything about him is very stiff in the joints. I mean, just like it takes a lot of pressure to get him to even transform into the actual head of Blurr, which is a nice head. Of course, it ain't proper unless you go whoop. There you go. Now he's got that headpiece, and there's Blurr. Really nice. I kind of wish the face was actually silver rather than being blue. Even if it is a very light blue, it's still blue. It's nice. But yeah, transforming back. Boop. And here's the little Hyperfire dude with a ball jointed head for articulation and ball jointed shoulders. So trying to move these are like near impossible to do. They are very tight, and the legs go up and the knees fold down like so. And there's your articulation. Point the guy back in, lift up the cockpit, put him in the seat, close it back up, and he's not going anywhere. No, he's really secured in there. No seatbelt, but still pretty secured. Very nice. I like it. Even if it is pretty dang blue. Transformation is simple enough for quite a deluxe class figure. Just transform the head, get that out of the way for a moment. Let's go ahead and do this. Bring out the obvious arms here, which is the front of the vehicle. And try not to let the cockpit sink in too deep because it is very difficult to get out. So as a matter of fact, just flip it up. Flip these pieces here, which they should detach like so. So there's the obvious hands that are being held in by those right there. Very hard. So there's that. Split the legs, obviously. That's the only way to get this to work. Turn this around so you can see what's going on here. Fold out these bits here. Now I can flip them down like so. Take this piece here, flip this inside, close this back up, close this back up. Turn him around this way. Flip down the feet, revealing a little more paint applications here, which is nice. Very good. Very clean. I might have to raise the camera a little bit. Flip this piece in like so. Flip this down. Turn this around. Tab it in like so. Turn this around. Tab it in like so. Bring down this whole entire front piece here. And pretty much there's Blurr without his head. Headless. Go ahead and boop, pop that back up. And then just like a key, going into a key slot. Even though I'm failing at this. Yeah. Come on. Work with me, Blurr. Work with me, man. Somebody really needs to look into this design again. But yeah, there we go. And there's Blurr in all his blue. I mean, just blue. I can't say any more about that. Nonetheless, though, this is definitely Blurr. This looks good. Color can be something I can fix myself in the future, but for what it is, I cannot fix the articulation, I cannot fix the proportions, and the overall aesthetic this figure has to offer. This is good. This is really, really good. That said, I've got to take points off on one little thing that not a lot of people have actually noticed, because this was actually promoted on the figure when he was first revealed, and even for all the photos that we've seen of the prototype, right here is supposed to be an obvious Autobot symbol. It's not there. And I checked to make sure that this wasn't just my figure. This is every single release of this figure here in the US. It doesn't have an Autobot symbol. So what faction does he side with unless you're looking on the back here? I mean, the Decepticons aren't going to really notice this. Having said that, though, this piece back here can actually detach. Not easily, though. It's really stuck. It's, like, really stuck. The heck? Come on. There we go. Yeah, that can happen, too. This bit right here can actually fold down. Now, I forgot to show this, but yeah, there's this little seat for the Titan Master that can also attach to the vehicle mode. It can be like a sidecar, but that's stupid. And I'm just going to be honest. It's stupid. But what you can do is tab it here in that same area and have a nice blast shield. Very cool. I dig it. I really do like that. And put his weapon here in this hand here, which is showing a little stress for some reason, but whatever, I'm sure it'll last. And now he's armed and ready to go. This is some really good work. Very tight joints. This figure, all about him is everything is tight. There doesn't seem to be one loose thing. Now, a lot of Deluxe figures have an issue with their Titan Master being too loose at the head. I mean, the neck is like extremely loose on these figures and they're just wobbly. This is not wobbly at all. This figure, this is a tight head. So I must have got really lucky with this one. This is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite of this line so far. The Voyagers were questionable. This figure, on the other hand, is good. I mean, like, really good. Just wish there was a little more than just blue going on here. I gotta be honest about that. Come on, Hasbro. Come on. Anyway, let's do a quick side comparisons before we get to the articulation. So bringing in Sentinel Prime here, just for a side-by-side comparisons between a Voyager class figure and a Deluxe. As you can see, the Voyager is huge. And it's got that Starburst color palette going on here, which I really say can be a hit and miss, and for me, it's a miss. What were they thinking? Anyway, onto the articulation of Blur. So, he's not limited at the head. I mean, as you can see, it's in full motion. It can look up and down a little bit, thanks to the ball-jointed head for the Titan Master. Ball-jointed shoulders go around, complete 360. They do go in and out. They're on a hinge as well. There's bicep rotation, single-jointed elbows that can go 90 degrees. Wrist rotation. Holy crap! Learning something new every day about this figure. Makes me love him even more. Yeah, I love this figure. Great. Waist rotation. Awesome. Ball jointed legs go up, back, all the way, in and out, pretty good. There's an uppercut rotation right there. Single jointed knees, 90 degrees. And due to transformation, the feet can go up and down. So you get a pretty good fair amount of play out of this figure in posability. It's really cool. And for a figure that is based off of a character that is supposed to be very fast, makes perfect sense to give him as much posability as possible. Thanks to the articulation that is well received here. I truly do like this figure, and I cannot express my feelings anymore, except I can really say, get out there and get this figure. If you see him, pick him up. If you don't pick him up, what's wrong with you? Now, for that Autobot symbol issue, which he doesn't have, you know, there's always repro labels. You can always just buy a set and just boop, slap it on there and bada bing bada boom. I'm sure they're going to be working on a set of stickers for this figure, especially considering that he is like extremely blue. I've said enough, so now you just got to take it for what it is. So, questions, comments, you know what to do. Leave it down below in the comment section of this video. If you like the video review, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like it, well, you just don't understand blue. And if you haven't already, why not hit that subscription button for more video reviews just like the one you're reviewing today from the reviewing station. This is the one and only Sonic Ranger signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you whenever you see me.